Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name's Amy, and I'm an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the King James Version of the Bible. We are in Luke chapter 6, the Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 6, and we are doing verses 1 through 11 in this video. And you'll have to come back tomorrow if you want to hear the next section, which still will not be the end, because Luke chapter 6 is long, so it's in 3 parts. This is one of 3. And it came to pass on the second Sabbath, after the first, that he went through the cornfields. There would be no cornfields where they were. It's a New World crop. And his disciples plucked the ears of corn and did eat, rubbing them in their hands. It was wheat. And with wheat, that makes sense because it's the flour, not a kernel, a flour. And you would have to, rub it in your hands to get the full flavor. That's like what you would do if you were trying to, for an herb or anything of that nature. And a certain of the Pharisees said unto them, Why do ye that which is not lawful to do on the Sabbath days? And Jesus answering them say, Have ye not read so much as this, what David did when himself was hungered, and they were which with him, how he went to the house of God, and did take and eat the shewbread, and gave also to them that were with him, which is not lawful to eat, but for priests alone. And he said unto them, that the Son of Man is the Lord also of the Sabbath. And it came to pass also on another Sabbath, that he entered into the synagogue and taught. And there was a man whose right hand was withered. So in this here, he's talking about Ahimelech, okay? And Ahimelech gave him that bread, made that conscious choice to give him that bread. He saw David as God's anointed, and he gave him the sword of Goliath, because David didn't keep the sword of Goliath. It was where this was, and David needed a sword. And as far as Ahimelech was concerned, well, you're the one who beat that guy. So it's your sword. You won it by right of combat, because they did live by right of combat in a lot of ways. That is how things were settled then. War settled who was king. If marriage wasn't accepted with no fight, then it was war. And the scribes and Pharisees watched him, whether he would heal on that Sabbath day, that they might find an accusation against him. Because as far as they were concerned, if you did any work, like if you made a sandwich on the Sabbath day, you were blaspheming. Because literally they're talking about picking pieces of wheat, rubbing them in your finger and eating it. And that action alone being a sin. So think about what you have to do, even on your days off, to feed yourself. But he knew their thoughts, and said to the man which had the withered hand, Rise up, and stand forth in this. And he rose up and stood forth. And then Jesus said unto them, I will ask you one thing. Is it lawful on the Sabbath days to do good, or to do evil, to save life, or to destroy it? And looking round about upon them all, he said unto the men, Stretch forth thy hand. And he did so, and his hand was restored whole as the other. And they were filled with madness, and communed one with another what they might do to Jesus. So he healed somebody and made him whole, and they were so concerned with the fact that it was work, that instead of the miracle of somebody being healed, it's we now have to kill you because you've blasphemed by healing on this one particular day. They lost the plot. They lost the plot. They left no room for their Messiah to even show them that he was their Messiah. They lost the plot entirely. I hope you'll join me tomorrow, friends, where we will pick up with verse 12 and we will go to verse 38. Until then.